You ain't got the juice like that. You ain't got the juice like that. That's so ice cold, girl. You ain't had to do me like that. You ain't had to do me like that. Do it quick, quick. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Shit. Chick shit. Woo. You know, shit cookies. I don't deserve it. She's just a little too perfect. She's a little too rough. I don't deserve it at all. And that's to anybody. That's not for anybody, bro. So please don't associate that with. I'm just singing a song, man. It happened to come on next. It doesn't necessarily mean that I need that. I'm just enjoying the song. I can hear it and not be part of it. You feel me? I am of the world, but I'm not part of the world. No, you part of. You know what I mean? Just like the Bible said it. Just take my mind. Today I was just going. I think it's 2021. You gotta stop being naive about a lot of things. Talking to myself. So from now I'm just gonna be on my bullshit. I ain't gonna lie to y'all. A lot of niggas' feelings. A lot of people gonna be in their feelings. Hopefully you can hear me now. That was only 1 minute. But yeah, man. I didn't even get. They try to rob me of my sleep. I got people like, yeah, can't be talking about saying things. It is what it is, man. But the hate is real. I uploaded a video and I named it Television. I took off yesterday. It's been 2 days now. That video is still uploading. Shit crazy. When you talk about saying people, man, they start fucking with technology. 2 days and that shit is anything else is fast. It goes right away. It's been 2 whole days and that shit is still uploading. Niggas don't like that. So I just feel like I'm gonna build off that topic. Cause I felt like it's the perfect time to talk about, these kind of things, you dig? It's amazing that I didn't even know what was going on in Capitol Hill. Capitol Hill. Yeah. Everything is symbolism, man. These niggas, this is a movie, man. I'm telling y'all niggas, man. It's the biggest movie script ever. Capitol Hill. These niggas is crazy, man. These people just need to go to hell already. Just go, take them straight to hell. Why wait? Fuck we waiting on, man? I gotta wait. My phone is acting up now. When I get to certain areas, it starts to act up. I don't know whether they're using some form of device or controlling substance. Feel me? If I'm on the road, on the bus, and it's moving, can't be controlled. But when I'm in that area like this, seems like they be beaming a device on it. Yeah, I just got here. That shit acting up. Yeah, it's all good. We don't need it. I was gonna listen to hold on, let's see. I can actually control it. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. Yeah, so I was. It's gonna be a problem. See that nigga? It's gonna be motherfucker problem. Yeah, I was talking about television. I mean, I wasn't really talking about television. I was talking about the relationship between black and white. The and I associated the black and white issue to although I was associating it to what do you call it, like a television that we used to have the black and white television in the day, and now it's a little more advanced because you have more colors to the TV now, but it's still the same old concept. So I was basically making that comparison that it's basically the same thing that's going on. It just been made more complex because they add so many nice and they adding more features to it just to complicate the issue, but it's still the same old problem that's going on. And back then it was kids. We were I don't say we, but the relationship between black and white was a kid. You feel me? Now these well, the problem has grown to be a man itself. So it's still the same issue, but now as a man with that kind of issue. You feel me? So you have two kids, that's what I was saying. One is black and one is white, but I just said two. But I'm talking about American history and just the relationship and the dichotomy between the two. And that shit still haven't low yet, but we could. I wanted to build off it. Yeah. I was talking about one kid being raised with everything, you feel me? Couldn't do nothing wrong. Everything that he wanted, he got. He was spoiled, rotten. And anything that you rot, what happens to it? Anything that you spoil, it rottens. You feel me? So I was comparing that kid to if you spoil a kid too much, then that kid is gonna be rotten and he wouldn't even want to listen to you, and will be a problem that's gonna be hard to handle. You feel me? So that's one side. Man, look at these niggas on my dick, yo. Niggas be on my dick, man. So, and I was talking about that one side of the kid who got everything, you know what I mean? Everything was given to him. Didn't even have to work for much, you feel me? Was brought to this land. Literally didn't have to work for the land. Killed to get the land, you feel me? After they killed to get the land, they still didn't know nothing. They had to go steal from other people just to bring to the land, to work the land for them, you feel me? So this kid was raised in an environment where he was very comfortable and always had the nature of taking when it wasn't even for him. And when he didn't know how to do it, would take other people to bring to that land and do the work for him. So what kind of kid you think that would be when you have a parent that was basically spoiling you consistently and you never had to work for nothing? You wouldn't appreciate nothing in life, you feel me? You would think everything is going to be handed to you. You understand? So that's the kind of nature that kid develops when that kid grew up. And I was talking about the other kid who basically nature did not start from here. His nature, from what we know now, is that he had a great nature. He's the one without a birth. You feel me? Everybody else we know when they came along. This one right here has no birth, has no birthday. You feel me? He is he's the mysterious one. He's the one that everything has been done to, beaten, the black sheep and everything else like that, but yet still cannot be annihilated. You feel me? He's the one that is called upon when nations want to be built. He's from a land where he is from a land where that land birthed all other nations and gave rise to all other species. He is the Ancient of Days. You feel me? He came from a long line of majesties. You feel me? He is not even fully known yet. It's to the point where he doesn't even have to fully know his past. He has the capacity to be just like his father and create something new out of nothingness. You feel me? But yeah, we're not going to talk about how magnificent that person is, because we're just going to talk about the American version of it. You feel me? I'm just talking about the whole world that came from that. But he has the lineage with the rest of the world too. But this one in particular was brought here, robbed of his history, robbed of his language, robbed of his name. He wasn't given the ability to read or write or anything else. Was only taught the minimum so it can be used for a certain purpose. You feel me? Then after he overcame all of that, he has to work twice as hard, and always has to be twice as smart. So everything that he do compared to his twin has to be twice as harder and twice as much as his twin. So he's always working. He always has to do everything double than his other guy. So he's twice as better as the other one, but yet does not get credit or not recognized for it. Always in the background, caretaking, and literally the helper. Basically, that's what they call it. And his ideas are always stolen away from him, and it's never his. You feel me? Everything that he comes up with naturally is in him. As you see in his lineage, he's a creator. You feel me? He creates nothing. He creates new out of nothingness. He makes world, universe out of nothing. Pure nothingness, he will make something out of it. Give him lemonade, he makes sweet lemonade. You feel me? This is what he do. He's very creative, and he's of his father. So, you have these two people going on right here. And once you raise one person to be another, you've chosen the other side of the other. You've chosen to spoil and rotten that person. That's not love in itself. And if you choose to put the other guy through the trenches and for him to earn and everything else, he will never be out there asking for a handout. He always creates the hands out. You feel me? He creates the environment where it needs to be handed out. So he never asks for a handout. And you see this spirit, and I was talking about, it's more like a spirit. It's more like walking into the room and somebody farted. You didn't do it, but it's like when you came in there, you felt the effects of it. And I was talking about America being the room where a person like myself who came into the room, although I wasn't part of that history, when I came into the room, I felt the effects of it, or I smelled the aroma of it. And you can tell there's a stench in this place. Look at them going crazy. They're going crazy with it. They mad. Like, this nigga is so far away, it's impossible on how he can even hear me. It's like, bro, like, come on, mind your business. But this is basically the same thing I was talking about in television. I can't believe that shit didn't upload yet. It seems like I didn't upload in 3 days, and I've been waiting for that video to upload for 2 days now. It keeps saying upload and upload, and this is the longest it probably ever take for any form of video to upload. Anyway, so you have, when you come in this room, when I say when you come in, I'm talking about people who came from other countries, immigration after, you know, they open the borders and everything else like that. You know, they call it a civil war, and it's nothing civil about a war, but okay, it's like a calm civil. Something that is civil is like welcoming, civil, like he's a civil human being. You feel me? So they call it a civil war. So it's more like a settling war. Was it niggas sitting at tables agreeing on stuff? No. Feel me? The Civil War lost more Americans than any other war, from what I'm hearing. So how can it be a civil war? Savages. You feel me? This is the power that be. They all savages. But this is what's going on right now. So you have this kind of atmosphere in the world where you have, not in the world, in America, where you have two different spirits going on. You feel me? And people who come here gravitate to the other, or they gravitate to the other one. The first one or the second one. You feel me? It's according to what realm you fall into. Sometimes it doesn't even matter about the pigmentation. People just fall into these things. You feel me? And I just feel like I see it just through my own experience and everything else. And the things that I have experienced and everything else, people always feel the need that they can do something. Like the other time when I had this little physical altercation on the bus and everything else like that, right? And It was with a white guy, right? So when I told him to sit down and everything because he was standing over me, I'm like, why this guy standing over me, yo? What's wrong with this guy? So when I told him to have a seat and everything else like that, and I started, we going back and forth and we yelling. The bus driver was talking about calling the cops now. You feel me? And I'm like, as soon as a black man raises his voice, it's called the cops. You feel me? But when it comes to this guy, he can do anything. You feel me? Like, the nigga can do anything that he wants. And nobody would think twice about calling the cops. You feel me? Let's just take a look. That was just my own personal situation. Let's take a look at what happened on Capitol Hill. Although one person was shot, right? And I just felt like that was just, to me, she was set up. That's one. More like a sacrifice. It was a lot of, I didn't believe any of it that went on. But it's just more like an insult to the relationship between the two people again. You see how they treat the guy who has been spoiled, right? He can go into Capitol Hill. Can you believe that? Break into the Capitol Hill. Start a form of riot and everything else like that. You feel me? Police didn't show up until like a whole hour later. It's crazy, my nigga. Like, it's ridiculous. You can tell the relationship between the way they treat one and the way they treat the other. Imagine if that many black people, hold on, let me see something. Imagine if we had African Americans who were marching the same way too, and would have went to Capitol Hill, and not all of them, only a handful of them decided, you know what, I'm going to break into Capitol Hill. Antifa, black Antifas, and Black Lives Matters decided, you know what, because it was obvious that was Antifa. It was like, who's supposed to know who is Trump supporter and who's not Trump supporter? Like, come on, it's not like a DNA when they be like, this person can be identified as a Trump supporter. That was Antifa all the way. Like everybody knew that. But anyway, but it just shows you, like, yo, you cannot be, like, saying things you just cannot do. Like, I'm very proud of those people that telling the rappers and the comedians on social media telling people, yo, just stay home. Don't even be fooled by what is going on, bro. Cause this shit got a movie script all over it. This shit came straight out of California, Hollywood. Like, these niggas. Oh, this is a gate that is open, so that means. Let me get the fuck out. But let me tell you something, man. These niggas, this is just a script, and they just following the script. There's nothing real about what is going on. A lady broke into Capitol Hill. That's a sin. That's a fact. But you seen when she was shot at, right? She was shot in the neck, which means he was aiming for the head. It happened to just go for the neck. It's like if somebody is just, she was not a threat. She didn't have no weapon or nothing else like that. So how can it be that your first shot, which was a warning, which should have been a warning shot, honestly. Like, you give a warning shot, you feel me? But you aim right for the head and just pah, and shot her in the neck. Bam, and nobody else died after that. We didn't see nothing else. Then all of a sudden, they said three other people died, which all came to fall. We don't even know how the other three died. The news media is not even covering to see how that happened, and how, like, that shit is bullshit, man. There's a lot of bullshit going on. Don't even buy into it. I didn't even want to speak on that, but it goes well with this topic. That you see the privilege that they give to the spoiled one. He can get to do these things, and he does not face no consequences. There's not really no strong consequences to what that person do. You feel me? He just get a pat on the back, like, don't do that again, Bob. And they just send him on his way. But I believe if it was some black protesters, African American black protesters, who were protesting like that, and a few of them decided to do something like that, it would have been devastating. You feel me? I have to say, like, yo, it would have been devastating. It would have been like a massacre. They would have killed them niggas. Even the police chief had to resign because he, if those were African American, he would have had a faster reaction. Yes, he would have seen this as a threat, and he would have had a faster reaction for the police, to calling the police and the National Guard to protect the Capitol Hill. But truth of the matter, since it was not that, he didn't see them as a threat. He saw them as human beings. Oh, those are my brothers and sisters. They can do that. It's just a window. We can always replace it. I want you to have the same energy when it comes to African Americans too. You need to understand it, so you can be like, well, those are my brothers. You feel me? They just protesting. You feel me? And that's it. You feel me? I'm still a Trump supporter. You feel me? I still believe that the election was stolen from him. I believe in the march that they was marching for, but I did not believe that those people that broke into the building were Trump supporters. It's obvious they were Antifas, because you can hear in the video the lady yelling, "Stop it, do not break into the window. No, they're Antifas, 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 Antifas," and they started booing them. Boo! Then you have a few people that's inciting the crowd. You could tell. Because they can never do something by themselves. They always got to get other people to join them to do something. So they started inciting the crowd, like, let's go. Yeah. Then you can hear the people in the background. When you check the news people are not playing that. They're not playing those kind of audio. You feel me? You could watch the video and you can watch the audio. Just like I'm putting this out online right now. I said somebody's going to be watching my shit. My shit taking like 5 days to download. That's just Antifa. Antifa's the ones doing these things, and these little terrorist, domestic terrorist organizations who are working from home now because they can't be in the office. So they got these terrorists working from home. Feel me? I don't know if people be hiding out in garbage cans, jumping out. So it is what it is, man. You see what's going on, man. They try to stop the kid, but they can't stop it. We too strong. Still out here, you feel me? Gotta get my aims up. They let me get my aims up. They don't want war. Man, it's crazy because niggas be having all the courage in the world when they start attacking people behind closed doors. But yet when you call them out and tell them come out your fucking cages. You fucking dog. Come out your cage, you dog. It's so easy, a caveman can do it. They don't want to come out and step up to the plate. But yet they like the convenience of hiding. You feel me? It's crazy. I can't be that, man. I got too much pride to be that nigga. Like, you nigga, you crazy. Feel me? And that's the difference too. It plays into these kind of effects where you have privilege and unprivileged. The one that was the one who had privilege and the one that didn't have no privilege. These people take the characters sometimes. When I said these people, I'm talking about individuals that make them people. I'm not going to explain myself. These people take the character of a coward. You feel me? Because they've been spoiled so much that when they don't get their way, they think of the weakest way to get their way. They become cowardly with their thoughts and their behavior. So that's what makes them very, very dangerous at times. Because those would be the people that would do it because they're desperate. You feel me? Because they wear that shit like a badge. It's like you can't disrespect that badge. They do. They wear their pigmentation like a badge sometimes, or they wear that pride like a badge, and they wear their privilege like a badge. Feel me? So once they feel like you're being disrespectful, you stepped on it, they have to come at you. You feel me? That shit is crazy, man. Who would have thought? Shit. Who would have thought before? Who would have thought? Let me tell you about this situation. Come on, stop fucking playing. My shit keep coming up, B. But anyway, man. I believe if it was some black people at the Capitol Hill doing that shit, they wouldn't be putting out no bogeys. You know what they're going to be putting out? Mayhem. They would have been out there right now looking for those people. These black kids' pictures would have been all over We looking for this black nigga and that black nigga and this black nigga. And I'm not trying to make it as a race issue, because it has nothing to do with the American people. It has everything to do with how the system operates. You feel me? That's all it has to do. It has everything to do with how the system operates. That we are biased. You feel me? We do this shit unknowingly nowadays. It's on repeat. We just do it. You know what I mean? We fall into the trap and we just doing it because it's a system that was created wrongly, and it's just operating in that fashion. And we don't even get to realize or recognize what's going on right now. And when I speak about it, people get mad, and I'm like, go ahead, get mad, because I go through it in real life. You going through it emotionally. Fix yourself. You feel me? Fuck out of here. But I'm going through the pains and everything else like that. I'm the one taking the punches, the harassment, the abuse. You know what I mean? All this are physical, spiritual, emotional. I'm taking it all at once. You over here getting mad because you emotionally hurt. Like, fight me, man. Like, that's the privileged part, man. Like, you feel me? Like, the emotions as much as like they emotionally being hurt is it overtakes any form of physical pain that you can probably endure or encounter. So it's amazing. It's like, imagine if you were standing in a crowd and somebody got shot, pow, and a piece of the blood dropped on your clothing, right? Now you are hurt. You're not even concerned about the person who got shot. You're like, fuck, man, this shit got on my clothing. Now you emotionally, hurt. Like, I just bought this white shirt. Like, they fucked up my shirt. Not even caring about what it's a greater offense that has happened already. But yeah, you taking the smallest thing that you can think of and you applying it, the smallest thing, which is a piece of stain that's on your shirt, and you're applying it to the greater thing that's the biggest elephant in the room. And that's what I'm saying. They always have to be the center of the attention, and they always have to be the biggest elephant in the room. These kind of people take authority without being without somebody giving them authority, because they feel like it belongs to them already. You feel me? So when you're taking it to look at these two different kind of people always seems to play into these dichotomies. Just two. You know what I mean? We one or the other. Some people try to play both. You can't play both. You know what I mean? You gonna hate one, you gonna love the other one, or hate one. You feel me? You cannot play both. You can't serve two masters at the same time. It always comes down to that too. You feel me? So, and I just had to break it down for y'all. And just this Capitol Hill situation with the whole Donald Trump situation and everything else. It seems like more than ever, America is being divided into two. You feel me? Washington have no chance. Try. Shout out to Ted though. I be watching a lot of video on Ted too. Feel me? I just put a video out. I usually watch a video, then I'll put the title of the video on it, then commentate on the video that I watch on TED. I also do that on VPro. I do that on a lot of platforms. I'm gonna try to do that more from January all the way to like maybe the rest of this year. But I'm just doing it for Black History Month. We're gonna do more topics on the Black subscribes that I have on YouTube, so I could put the blacker stuff out there, the Black agenda, Black topics, Black history, things that matter to African America, everything Black. You feel me? That's what I'm gonna do. Word up. We shouldn't have to. I just believe that it's an insult for me to have to apologize for even watching anything that's associated with Black. If I have to apologize, I'm feeling comfortable because I'm listening to Louis Farrakhan, then I feel comfortable in being around you because you feel like that. Or if I'm watching Malcolm X, or I'm watching John Clark, or any one of these if I'm watching Marcus Garvey and everything else like that, sometimes it makes other people feel uncomfortable. Then I'm like, yeah, I'm offended. Like, you should have to, like, if a person is watching not even their history, you're just watching somebody speak about Black history, and they might be speaking in a manner, they're speaking from a manner where they came from. You feel me? You might speak about your history and it's all like roses and white rose and white red roses. It's like a red carpet event where you talk about your history. Cause that's your experience, number one. You feel me? Your experience to your history is like fabricated, and it's like you speaking about this shit like it's role pearls, and y'all got gold floors. And I guess his story is what he told. So you feel me? So niggas be telling their history, and they just speaking in all good form, but when these people speak, they experience some form of trauma, so they're gonna speak from a traumatic point of view. So it's like there's a lot of information and gems in there, so you just gotta weave through it and listen to it. And I got one more minute. So it's like people take offensive to what they hear, and I'm like, I'm more offended because you don't know what this man went through, and this man has to express himself through that tunnel. But yeah, you want to demonize them because you don't like what you're hearing, because you feel like you are guilty of what you're hearing. That's the same thing I experience sometimes too, that when I express myself through the things that I've heard and the emotional, physical, and everything else that I've gone through, they are more worried about their emotional state of being and the things that they're hearing, that they want to take that little piece of it to outdo whatever I've went through it. And you like, you can't accept that. You have to refuse that. But that's it for this video. I don't know. I'm still call this under the. I don't know what to call this. I'm gonna call it. I don't know what to call it. What do you call it? That's the name of it. What do you call it? You dig? Like, they hating on me, but it's so good, man. I'm still here. If you made it to, there's a lot of people who want to stop you from doing what you want to do. But if you made it out here, and you still working and you doing what you're doing, you winning. Feel me? They can't tell you shit. You winning. And that's that. Dig? Like, it is what it is. I still get to work tomorrow and shit stop, overtime, all that shit. You know how that go, man.